But what I want to start off with is the Harry Kane situation once again, and it's really starting to. Well, to be honest, it's not really starting. It's been getting on my nerves.
It's getting to the end of your tether. I think.
Literally, it really is getting to the end of my tether. And the Sun, literally, just keep trying to push this narrative that that Spurs are the bad guys here, and it's just doing my head in. Like, let me just read some of the headlines here. It's not even the whole article. I just got a few headlines, and it says Harry Kane tells Daniel Levy again he wants Man City transfer as striker feels hung out to dry by Tottenham.
What's that even mean?
He feels hung out to dry by Tottenham. How can he feel hung out to dry by Tottenham when Manchester City are the ones not stumping up enough money for him? It's not like, I don't understand this whole narrative.
It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And we know that the Sun clearly has some sort of connection with the Kane camp, with Charlie Kane at Charlie Kane's wedding. That's where all the news came out that Man City, with their derisory offer of 75 million plus 25 million euros, is obviously going to be an offer which not only is it not a starting point for negotiations, but it's going to completely turn Levy away from entering negotiations at all. Even, at least let's say they started their starting bid was 120 million or something. Not enough, but at least Levy can see that bid for something as okay, maybe there's somewhere to go from there. But 75 million cash and 25 million in add-ons that's like Harry Maguire went for less than that. You know what I mean? Not including add-ons. That's for the best striker in Europe.
Jack Grealish literally just went for more than that.
Yeah. So that's an absolutely pathetic offer. It's pathetic. Who do you think they're dealing with? Who do you think they're going for?
At the end of the day, right, Man City are trying to throw their weight around and blah, 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 trying to get Kane to push for the move for Tottenham. And Kane can push for the move all he wants. But unless Man City put the money on the table that Tottenham deserve for Harry Kane, the transfer is never going to get done. And in my opinion, if I was Harry Kane, I would be really, really annoyed with Man City right now. I would be really annoyed with Man City. They go out there, they stump up the cash for Jack Grealish. Now, apparently, they don't have enough money for Harry Kane. So why did you sign Jack Grealish in the first place when you're so desperate for Harry Kane?
Yeah, makes no sense. And as well, when he says he's being hung out to dry, I don't disagree he's being hung out to dry, but it's not by Tottenham.
100%.
It's not by Tottenham.
100%.
What's happened is Man City have been in his ear and they're saying, we'll do this, do that, we're going to come in for you, make sure, you get Levy to come to the negotiation table and try and force the move, all these things. And Kane's listened to them, which I understand why, because he wants to move there and he wants to advance his career, he wants to challenge for big trophies, so I understand his point of view. But he's done all these things to try and force the move, yet Man City haven't done their part by any stretch of the imagination. They haven't done their part. And they've already alienated Tottenham by the way they've handled negotiations. And I think not only have they put in insulting, derisory bids, but the way they've got into Kane's ears probably pissed off Tottenham as well. That's probably annoyed Tottenham and probably made Daniel Levy dig in his heels even more. So I think Man City have gone about this all wrong, and I think it's going to cost them. All this talk about one final push before the end of the window, all this kind of stuff, I think it's fanciful talk at this point.
I completely agree, and I think that if I was Harry Kane and I'm looking at a transfer out of Tottenham next summer, I think I'd prefer to go elsewhere than Man City. Man City clearly don't value him as highly as he should be valued, and I would go somewhere, maybe a Manchester United, maybe a Liverpool, somewhere like that, before I go to Man City. That's for sure. That's for sure. I wouldn't go to Man City anymore. I think they've really done him the dirty this summer. I really believe that.
They've screwed him over, I think, Man City, by not seriously entering negotiations, and that has really. That pretty much killed his chances of moving, because I do think there was a good chance if early in the window Man City put in if they put in a good offer, which could have started negotiations early in the window, and then by maybe a few weeks ago the deal could have been done, or just stump up the cash, then Spurs would have had enough time to sign replacements, and since Kane could have got his move, and everyone it wouldn't have been win-win, but it would have been a satisfactory conclusion. But now they're scrambling around to put a bid together that will suit Tottenham's means. That means Tottenham have to consider where they want to scramble around for the next 6 days, looking to sign here, there, and everywhere. To replace Kane, and who they're going to need to sign. 3 players probably, or 2 or 3 players to replace him. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. Yeah. So I can't see this deal being done. And the stories coming out yesterday that the sources in Tottenham believe, the deal's near impossible to be done now. That makes sense to me.
I think it is impossible to do now. I think even if they come up with £200 million straight cash now for Tottenham, I would reject it. It's a little too late now. I mean, they've had all summer to do this deal. They decided to go and pursue Jack Grealish instead. Fair enough. That's their prerogative, you know what I mean? But that's a detriment to their Harry Kane deal, unfortunately, and they're not getting him this summer, and I don't think they're going to get him either way now. But Jack Purchard with the comment, and he says, Kylian Mbappe has 1 year left and is going for 137 million. Harry Kane should be at least 180 million now. Kylian Mbappe is a bit different. I mean, he's very young and obviously one of the best players. Well, Harry Kane is also one of the best players in the world, but Kylian Mbappe is literally up there with the best player in the world, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and he's also 22 years of age. You're getting a player who's literally got another 10 years before he even thinks about slowing down.
The thing is, what's happened with Real Madrid? So they were cash trap broke, couldn't put a bid for anyone together, and now suddenly they're bidding 160 million euros or something for Kylian Mbappe.
Well, apparently they haven't signed anyone for 2 years, and they've made a few sales. So apparently maybe that's why they can afford him. But it seems a bit strange that the whole summer they've been complaining about money, and then they put in this massive, gigantic offer for Mbappe. To be fair, though, it's a big offer, but that is the amount they spent on him, PSG. So it's not like, so for them, imagine signing Mbappe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and then not making a profit on him by selling him. That would probably be annoying.
If they mess around even more, they're going to let him go for free.
I'm not saying they have a choice. I'm just saying, imagine PSG's point of view. Like when you're thinking about selling Mbappe for cost price, how good he is, how good he's been for France. He's been a World Cup winner since then. He's taken his game on. He's become one of the best players in the world, and you're not even selling him for a profit. Yeah. Like that must be a bit gutting for them.
To be fair, it's a nice little silver lining to have Messi as a backup, though.
I guess. What do you think of Mbappe's? When Messi comes in, do you not think you'd want to at least 1 year play with him?
Yeah, I would think so. But he's had this hard on for Madrid for a long time, and he's dying to play for Real Madrid. So maybe the way he's thinking about it is the opportunity's here now. So he wants to go. But I think Mbappe's wanted to leave PSG for a year or two now, hasn't he?
There's been rumours of it, yeah. But it's just interesting how you would have thought Mbappe teaming up with Messi and Neymar, he would be a mouth-watering prospect.
I get that, but maybe he's thinking, look, I'm done with the French league now, and he wants to move on with his career.
Is there any chance this Mbappe deal could affect what happens at Spurs in some sort of domino effect? They're saying their claims that Ronaldo could be on the move, and if he's on the move, how could this affect it?
I was reading last night that if Man City are not successful with Harry Kane, which looks like they're not going to be, they might go in for Cristiano. And I saw, I don't know how true it was, but I saw a thing on 101 Great Goals last night, and so they're not the most reliable, let's be honest. But I saw that they were saying that the president of PSG, I'm not going to even attempt to remember his name, he's got like 20,000 names, says that he tweeted out a picture of Messi and Ronaldo standing next to each other in PSG shirts and said maybe ? And a smiley face or something.
Who tweeted that?
The brother of the PSG owner.
Wow. Maybe he knows something. But so there are some rumours it could cause some sort of domino effect. But I think Man City, even if it's a short-term deal for Ronaldo, if it just put him up front, make him a poacher, I think he'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I think it'd be amazing. Don't put him on the wing where he has to do too much work. Just make him a penalty box poacher.
Yeah.
And I think he could smash him in.
You're talking about PSG or Man City?
Man City, if they go for him instead of Kane.
Yeah. The amount of chances they create every game, Ronaldo will slot them all away. He'll probably finish top goal scorer in the league with 30 goals.
Mm-hmm. Probably. So that makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know why Man City as well don't go for, if they're thinking about spending anywhere near 150 for Kane, why not go for Mbappe as well?
I'd agree. Dark Sun G21 with the super chat saying the Sun article said Kane wants out because Spurs didn't say anything after Kate's late return to training. As a result, Kane got a lot of criticism.
Oh right, that's what he means by out to dry. Yeah, I guess we'll never know the full story. I mean, we can only take what we see, and we know he didn't turn up for training. Whether what the reason was, we don't really know. Some say it's forcing him for a move. Some say he agreed with the club that he had this leave. I mean, who knows? Who knows what the truth is? And maybe if the truth isn't what the club is saying, then he has a right to be pissed off. But we're never going to know, are we? We're just never going to know.
No, we're never going to know. But in terms of Tottenham responding to about Kane coming back late, I mean, Tottenham don't respond to these kind of things in the media, do they? They deal with everything internally, so I don't expect them to say anything out public. Did you?
No, I didn't expect, especially when the talisman of the club, the face of the club, is in that position. I didn't expect them to make a public statement. But then again, if it was all a big misunderstanding, I would have expected them to make a public statement. So you can only assume that it wasn't a misunderstanding, but Kane is saying it was. I don't know. Who knows what the truth is?
You never know what to believe.